Hello everyone and welcome to another lesson. I'm very happy to have you here with me today. Today I have a very interesting workflow I want to show you guys. I've been testing. So what this workflow does is it's basically an automation that does product marketing videos. So this awesome workflow, you feed it one image and it's able to give you several videos based on what you prefer. So let's go through this video. Let's go through this automation one by one and I'll let you know what this does. But first, let's see the results. So basically this, I fed this workflow this image here. So it's one image of my Samsung SSD. I took it on my cell phone and I fed it to this workflow. And what I basically got is this. So I got this footage, which is like a rotation footage. And then I also got this one, which is a zoom effect on the product. And I got this one. And this one is like a pan of the product. So as you can see, with one workflow, I was able to get 3 types of product videos, and I only needed to feed it this low resolution mobile taken photo. Okay, so let's go back here and I'll explain what happened here. So first, this workflow starts with a form submission. This form submission takes several things. So first, it takes the product title, and it's a text and it's required. And then it takes product description. It's also a text and it's also required. And then it takes types of shot. And here you specify what you want. We have 3 types: the rotate, the pan, and the zoom. The ones that I showed you now. And this is also required. So after the user fills up this one, they need to upload. The workflow uploads the image that you submitted, because in the first one here in the form there is a product photo and it is a it is an image, right, a file. So after you upload the file, directly this workflow uploads it into your Google Drive and inputs it in a name. The name is the whatever we gave it, and then original. Okay, and it's in the folder called product photos. So you need to create a folder called product photos for this to work. Okay, after that we take it into an agent. So this agent basically does the following. So what we tell the agent, we tell it that they're a commercial visual storytelling expert, right? And they need to write, so basically they need to write a prompt that describes this image. And we want the description to give us an image that is neutral background, simple, doesn't have a gradient background, right? We told it to be realistic, high resolution image, and we gave it some instruction about style, tone, and how we want the prompt to be. And for this one, I chose as a brain, I gave it the GPT. You're welcome to give it Grok if you want, or DeepSeek. So this gives us a prompt. Then we download the photo again, because we need to feed the photo to GPT Image API, and so we need the binary photo. Okay, so we uploaded, so just to recap, we uploaded the photo into our drive, and now we're downloading the same photo, and here we give it the item ID of the upload. Okay, we give it the item ID of the upload because it's the same photo. We're downloading it again so we can feed it into the next step, which is calling the OpenAI API. Okay, just be careful. You need to verify as an organization for you to use the model, the GPT image model. Okay, and it's very simple. Like, you just need to submit your ID or something like that. So I have my credentials already set up, and what we're doing, we're saying take the binary image from the previous step, which is downloading. So here we downloaded the image. So we're telling it take the image from the previous step, and take the prompt from the AI agent here. Okay, and then combine the image and the prompt and give us a new AI generated image using this model GPT image 1, which is a very like amazing model because it gives it even gives the text correctly. So after that, when we call this API, it gets back to us with a like base 64 string, like a gibberish type of. It doesn't give us back an image, a binary. So we need to transform the base 64 into an image, and this node does that. So convert to file. After we convert, we need to do two things. We need to re-upload the new AI generated image, and then we need to call in this new API called IMGBB, okay? And this is a free API that you can have. It has a query auth, and what you need to do is just get your API key from there. It's not authorization in the name, it's key, and then the API key. It's pretty simple, okay? Then what we're saying is take the image that we have from before, and then upload it. This will give us a URL that is easily available for you to use. So then we do the switch. The switch basically goes into the form submission and says, if the types of shot is rotate, go to this route. If it's pan, go to this route. And if it's zoom, go to this route. And we then we have separate routes. Okay, let me change the color of this one. You know how I like to have good colors. So these are similar in terms of structure, but there's like a prompt difference, okay? So the first one is we're going to call in the Runway API for image to video. So we're giving it one image, which is the AI generated image that we did here. We're giving it this image and we're asking it to give us a video. And here we're calling the API. Of course, you're gonna need the authorization, and then the API key here, it's bearer space your API. But don't worry, you'll get the whole workflow, so you only need to put in your API key. So we're calling the API here, and we're saying the prompt image is what we're getting from the previous step is the AI image. We're using the Gen 4 Turbo model, and the prompt is this one. And this is the difference between the three parts below it. So this one produces a 3D turntable of 90 degrees, and it gives a detailed description of how we want the prompt. And here we give it a duration. You can have 5 or 10 seconds, depend on what you want. And the ratio, I'm having a square one, but you can have different ratios if you just refer to the Runway API. The next step is polling. So basically, we're checking the status of the post request that we submitted here. This gives us an ID as a result, and then we're here checking the status of that job. Is it finished? Is it not? We're using this same header auth, and we're just checking the ID of the job that we had before. So if it's succeeded, if the status is succeeded, then we continue. If not, we wait another, I think I had it at 20 seconds, and then we check again. So this is what we call polling. This is a loop so that we make sure that we finish before we proceed. So once it's succeeded here, so we know we have the video, we then do a quick HTTP request, a simple one, to the URL that we had from the previous step with a get so that we can download the video. Once we download the video, we upload it again with the name, same name, but we add video rotation to it. So that's the rotate, the pan, and here it should be zoom. The pan and the zoom are the same. Okay, but the only difference here is the pan video is the prompt here is different because I'm prompting it to basically give us a pan sliding, like a gliding effect of the of the product. And here the zoom as well, we're giving it a different prompt, basically telling it to zoom on the product with a cool effect. And all of them have the same output. We do polling and then we upload. What I want to do now with you is I want to test with another image. So I have this image of a basic like HP ink cartridge. It's a boring product, but I want to see what I get from this image. Just one simple image from my mobile phone. Okay, so let's start, and I'm going to test the workflow and then see how this roll. Okay, let's test workflow. So here it will open the form. You might not be able to see it as it's on my second monitor here. So what I do is I just select the image and then I say HP ink cartridge. I put the same in the product description, and then I select rotate and then I submit. And here you will see it moving. So now it's uploading, as we said. It is uploaded. Now it's doing the prompt. Here we can see the prompt, a photorealistic HP ink cartridge as a central, okay. With a diffuse studio light, create soft natural shadow. Amazing. So now we downloaded the photo and now we're calling the OpenAI. Here, if we go to the drive, we see that it uploaded the original photo with the name original, as we said. So now we wait until the OpenAI image, the AI generated image that we wanted, is finished. The reason why we do that is we don't want to base our video on the photo that we took from our mobile, which isn't nice. So now it is finished. It should be uploading here. There you go. It is uploaded. See how beautiful that image? It's a white with a white background. The lighting is perfect. It got the text right. I mean, this is amazing, this model. So now we're doing we're uploading it so we can have a URL of it. We wanted rotate, so it will take this path into the rotate rotation video. But yeah, as I was saying here, how amazing this image from this, it created this AI generated image, which we will use this image for the runway video generation and not use this image because it's just low resolution and doesn't give us the studio effect, because we're going to use these product for marketing purposes, right? For ads, for our e-commerce Shopify website. We can do that. So I'm gonna pause the video until this one finishes and then get back. All right, it finished the link. Now it went to this one. See, we have an ID. We submitted the job and we have an ID, and now it checked the status and it gave us pending, so it's not finished yet. It goes into the false, and we do the looping, the polling here until we have the succeeded message, and then it will download and upload the video so we can all see it. All right, so it's finished. So now it's downloading the video and it will upload it right here. If we refresh, there you go. We have the video here. We can download and then we can check this out. Okay, let me bring the video here. There you go. How beautiful is that? From one image. we were able to get this beautiful rotation from this one, right? So this opens up a door, a huge door to people who have e-commerce or doing drop shipping of products, that they can now, they don't need to have a very sophisticated camera or setup or studio lighting. They only need one image that they can take from their mobile, and they will be able to create a several types of marketing videos from a single automation, which is this one. All right, so I will download this one. And I'll put it in my community. It will be, you'll have access to that inside of my community. If you have any questions about how to, if you have any problems setting this up, you can ask in my community as well. I'm there to help you out. I'm there so we can all grow together. You also have a lot of other courses as well and other automations that are available for you to grow in this new emerging field. I'm very happy that you guys are enjoying my videos. If you did like this one, please give it a like, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.